Joining me now is Democratic Congressman from California, Khanna. Congressman Khanna, thank you for joining us tonight. This is, as I just mentioned to Nick Robertson, really a tense moment for this White House. And you have said that President Biden should not have launched this strike. Why?
Well, Abby, what I've said is he should have come, as the Constitution requires, to Congress. And that was echoed in a bipartisan way by Senator Mike Lee, Representative Jonathan Jackson, and many other senators and congresspeople. The Constitution requires that if there is not an imminent threat of self-defense, that he has to come to Congress. And here we know by your own reporting that this has been going on since December. He's assembled an entire international coalition. He certainly should have come to Congress so that we can discuss whether this actually could put more American troops at risk. I'm concerned about retaliation in Iraq and whether it could draw us into a Middle East war. And I believe that he did not follow the Constitution.
The White House says that the strikes are a direct response to a January 9th Houthi attack on an American commercial vessel. And as our reporters have noted, these attacks have been, in some cases, close calls. Are those not direct attacks that would require some kind of defensive response from this administration?
If there is an imminent attack, they can defend the ship. But these attacks have been going on since early December, as the president's own statement says. And we've gone to the United Nations. We've gotten resolutions. Not once have they come to the United States Congress to discuss what the appropriate response would be. And, you know, it's if you talk to actually our Saudi allies or UAE, the Saudis tried to bomb the Houthis for 8 years, and they regret that war. And it did not deter the Houthis. It actually made the Houthis stronger. And they would caution against getting into a conflict with the Houthis. And what they would tell you, or the Qataris would tell you, is we need to work towards de-escalation. We need to work towards a ceasefire in Gaza to try to make sure that America does not get caught up in a war that shoots up oil prices and that puts our treasure and our troops at risk.
A senior U.S. official tells CNN that these airstrikes, quote, may not be the last word. Do you think that the United States is on the verge of engaging in a broader war here?
I hope not, but I think that this has increased the risk of retaliation against our embassies, retaliation against our troops. And that's why I don't understand how they did not come to Congress. How do they, the White House, have the time to talk to the Canadians, the British, or the Australians, but not to members of Congress when Article 1 says that Congress needs to have that role? And we know the American people don't want another conflict in the Middle East. They don't want us involved. And there has not been enough effort at de-escalation, which is what the Qataris are telling us, what the UAE is telling us, what the Saudis are telling us, who suffered for 8 years in a war in Yemen.
Congressman Khanna, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.